I was basically homeless in Medical Lake. I was kind of squatting in a trailer. I owed several months' rent. I was avoiding my landlord. Things were really, really bad, and I was 44 years old, so I was kind of at the point where I felt like it was getting too late for me to really turn my life around. And so I got on a bus and I headed into Spokane, and I met a homeless man that day who had been robbed of his backpack. And his meeting with me changed my life. Nothing was ever the same after that. He told me that his family dropped him off here. He didn't have any friends. He was getting beat up a lot on the streets. He was about my oldest son's age, and that really bothered me. I made a deal with him. I said, if you come back here in 2 days at the same spot, the same exact time, I will bring you a brand new backpack with whatever you lost. And so he was very gracious and said thank you, and super nice guy. And we kind of hugged, and I went on to SCC that day, and I walked in here. I had to take an assessment test. The lady that day said, Rick, you scored really low, but I want you to know that people have scored lower. And that was literally the happiest thing I could have heard. I was like, you mean to tell me that I'm not the worst student in the history of education? So that little glimmer of hope really launched me into a different part of my life that I'd never been. I felt better when I walked out. I went home and I got on Facebook and I told everybody, I'm a college student at 44, I can't believe this. And by the way, I met this man named Jared. I'm trying to fill this backpack, can you help me? And the community helped me fill 25 full backpacks in the first 24 hours. And that's how Giving Backpacks was created, which is the nonprofit that we've now handed out over 7,000 backpacks. When you've been kind of programmed your entire life to know that you're less than people because you don't have any money. Like, I didn't have drug addiction, I didn't have alcohol addiction. A lot of people assume that I went through that stuff because I was homeless, and it's like, no, I was just severely poor and unconnected from a lot of things. Now, with that connection, I'm able to do the things that I never thought I could. I can do anything anybody else does. Like, I talk a lot differently than I did back then because I think I deserve to do what I want to do, and when I see other people do it, I'm like, that means it's possible, and I've already proven to myself I can do things that I thought were impossible, so yeah, sky's the limit.